Hi guys, this is Tony with Geek Designs, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips for designing a website. And remember, web design videos come out every Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. These tips are going to really help you guys if you're starting off web designers or you're existing web designers and looking to brush up your skills. They're going to help you design some great websites, so keep them in mind when you're starting a new project. One is something you need to do even before you start typing a line of code. Understand your client's needs. A website needs to have focus. It needs to have a call to action. It needs to accomplish a goal. You need to understand what your client's goal is with this website. It may be a vast different things. They may need to want to build up an email list. They may need to inform their customers about their products. They also may just want to sell more products on their website. Understanding this goal will help you build a better website. The best way to do this is have a design brief. You have a design brief, right? If you don't, you need to learn how to build a design brief and format it to help you understand exactly what your client needs so you can give them the best product. Step number 2, have a plan and a layout. This is also a tip you need to do before you even touch code. Going with the plan is going to really help you create a great website. This means you need to understand what your layout's going to be and how your file structure is going to be. You can actually do this without even touching code. You should do it actually without touching code. So your comps or your layouts you could do on paper, or you could do on Adobe Comp, which is what I do. You can learn more about Adobe Comp in the card above, or you could do it on pen and paper like most designers do with everything. Your file structure is the same thing. You should probably do it on pen and paper just so you can get a rough understanding in your mind what you're walking into before you even jump on the computer. So then you're ahead of the ball and you can understand exactly how the website's going to function. 3. Keep mobile in mind. We're moving more and more closer to a mobile-first world. This means websites have to be mobile ready. And they should be mobile ready. I mean, responsive design has taken over everything. So you should know how to be doing responsive design or at least adaptive design for a website. This means if you're designing a website and coding it, you should learn Bootstrap to make sure your website's responsive. Or if you're not familiar with code or aren't comfortable with code, you could use a WordPress website. Majority of the themes for a WordPress website are responsive. If you aren't comfortable with either of those options, you could do an adaptive website by using Adobe Muse or coding it to be an adaptive website. But also keep in mind that Adobe Muse now has options for responsive websites. So you should learn how to do that if you're not familiar with code or aren't comfortable with it. It's a way to completely design a website without touching a single piece of code. 4. Keep the end user in mind. Nowadays this is called UX design, but you need to keep the end user in mind. Think about it. If you go on a website and it's really hard to use, do you ever go back to that website? I don't think so. So you have to keep this in mind when designing a website. Keep it as simple as possible. That means on a desktop, don't use a hamburger menu. No one likes that on a desktop. On a mobile device, it makes sense. There's no other way to fit that menu on there. 5. Don't be romantic about any platform. Designers, we can get kind of wrapped up in the mind of this platform's the only one that's going to ever work or ever stay around. The truth of the matter is, they could all disappear the next day. I mean, you have to keep in mind, people who like code usually don't like WordPress websites. People who like WordPress websites usually really hate Wix websites. And this is how it's always going to be. But the thing is, if you stay in one platform gets popular, you're going to play catch up. Or if your platform that you're stuck on dies, you're out of business and you got to find a new platform to replace that one. So explore, figure out what works for you, and at least have 3 or 4 in the back of your pocket to use. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some great tips for designing a website. Remember, web design videos come out every Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. And get subscribed if you haven't already. Stay up with all the other wicked content on this channel. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Ace, say hi. Stop.